Ending 2022 is like breaking up with an ex-girlfriend. If you could relate to this metaphor, then you should probably stay till the end of the video because maybe you and I can see eye to eye on a few things. If you can't, well, maybe this video is not for you. But say you've been dating this crazy ex-girlfriend for a whole year and then you break up with her. Well, you would think that you would look back on your relationship with this ex-girlfriend and try to pull out some kernels of wisdom from terrible situations and life decisions that you made with her. And in the same vein, 2022 is like that. We're breaking up with her, we're leaving her, and we're leaving her behind for 2023, a younger, hotter model, and yet to do us in 2022 justice, we must look back and see what kind of lessons of wisdom we could pull out so that we can then be a better boyfriend to 2023. If you're with me so far, my name is Aaron. I'm just a cowboy exploring the wild west of cryptocurrency with a whole bunch of other cowboys. And in this video, I'll be observing 3 major declines in 2022 and what lessons that I could pull out of them so that when you and I go into 2023, we'll be coming in better prepared with more wisdom and ready to make better decisions for ourselves. My main 3 observations are the decline in crypto, the decline in institutions, and the decline in culture or morality. And if you stay till the end of the video, I'll be giving you my plan, my thoughts moving into 2023. But first, the decline in crypto. As you can see here, Bitcoin is sitting at 16.5 right now, and this chart just looks abysmal, right? I was fortunate enough to sell right at this point around like 130, the end of January. I've said this multiple times, about 38,000. And you could see that this chart is the same chart as Ethereum, as Doge, right? I'm not sure if I like Doge anymore. I did like it before when I caught that hopium for Elon. I do like to see Elon come out with more stuff for Twitter, and I think Doge will pop off again, maybe more of these spikes. I am going to assume that when Elon pops off with more news about Twitter, that thing will happen, but like a spike up will happen, then a large shift downwards will happen as well. So I'll be ready to sell whenever those things happen. I do like Cardano. I don't like this chart, obviously, but I like the community in Cardano. I like Charles. I like all the innovation that's happening in Cardano. I like the community because it seems, it doesn't seem fake. It seems like people are really about it. So that's something I'm really keeping my eye on. Gala really disappointed me. I know I have some videos out on Gala and how excited I was about it. And getting into their games. And after playing their games for some time now, I've realized that it's a very high barrier to entry. If you want to win and make a lot of money, it's like pay to win here. So I'm not really too excited about that. I want to see some shifts in the ecosystem. Maybe if the coin is worth more, I'm not too sure, but I'm currently right now, I'm kind of disappointed by Gala right now. It's currently sitting at 0.016 cents here. BeamSwap is something I'm currently looking into, 0008. It was tipped off to me by Infinite Crypto, Brad Varnell, really like my best friend in crypto. He said that this is one of those things like Uniswap. It's going to be used on the Moonbeam network. And so I'm looking into, I actually like this a lot, mainly for the utility and for the chart. I mean, look at this. It's bottomed out now. Is it going to go down further? I don't think so. I don't know if there's much else place to go down. I mean, obviously, it could obviously go down, but I'm kind of liking this for as a buy period. 3 main lessons that I'm taking away on this is number 1, all the traders are getting wrecked. In my opinion, all of these guys who are trading and all that kind of stuff, they're like, oh, you know, drawing the isosceles triangle and making the circles and the waves and all that stuff. I think it's all bogus. I don't believe in it at all. If I moved into 2022 not believing in technical analysis, I really don't believe in it now. If they said they're making a lot of money and in their groups they're making a ton of money and oh, look at this, we're making a ton of money, I think they're lying. I think they're inflating numbers. I mean, take a look. Are they selling you a course? Are they selling you some membership? They're selling you something to tell you that they are credible and that they're making money. Like, no, to me, I think it's totally bogus. I got some friends who are the technical analysis guys and I tell them to their face, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, look, I think this is all bogus. I don't think this is any kind of true. There was this massive cliff off of November in December, January, February. Why didn't they see that? Why didn't anyone trade that? No, everyone can see the small technical movements, but not the big move down. But that leads me to my second point, and it's a sobering point, and it's that the best thing you and I could have done was to sell at the beginning of the market, at the beginning of the year, and just hold on to stablecoin. That is the best thing we could have saved. If we sold in January 1, we would have saved like 80% and then buy in right now at these prices. No one's complaining, but I don't think anyone did that. And any of these gurus and YouTubers with hats, myself included, no one did that. And I think it's just because people just got blindsided. We were all hooked up on hopium, and it's something that I don't want to do again in the future. Number 3, I think we're entering into a period of a crypto winter. I got my parka on, my ski mask, and my gloves, my mittens here, and we're going into the crypto winter. I think it's going to last at least a year, 2-3 years could easily be. And I'm not sure how it's going to shake out, but I think we're going into a period where it's a good buying time. If you buy now and you lose 20%, that's fine. Like I don't 20%. That's a day in crypto. You know, like that's no big deal. I think for the future, long term, we should be on a 50-year time scale. And here's how I think about it. For myself, I like to picture myself as like a grandpa, like, you know, an old Lolo with like all his kids and all his grandkids, and the type of house that I want to be living in as a grandfather. I want everyone to come to my house, celebrate Christmas with me up in the cabin or whatever. That's kind of my vision. I have like a 50-year vision of like kind of my life, and I want to see myself there in that 50 years. But I never really attributed that to crypto and to money and to finance. I did it with the stuff and the family, but not with crypto. And so if I look at that with 50 years down the line, I want to have like a Bitcoin per kid and a Bitcoin per grandchild. Like that's kind of what I want to do. And so that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be accumulating. The top 3 coins I'm accumulating are Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano. Bitcoin is going to massively outweigh the other 2. And then I'm going to play on the other side, like super safe and then super degen, right? I still don't mind NFTs. I like getting into NFTs. This is probably going to be about 20% of my portfolio. I like BeamSwap, Constellation DAG. I'll be looking more into it. But yeah, I'll be playing in the degen stuff, like extreme degen stuff. So stuff that I'm willing to lose. And then definitely 80% of my portfolio will be in Bitcoin, and the other 2, Cardano and Ethereum, and mostly in Bitcoin. Let me know what coins you're getting into in 2023. But this takes me to my second observation, and that's a decline in institutions or governments. And the first one is the United States government with its out of control spending. They just put out this bill, and it's the federal government funding bill, okay? And like, I already don't like the name, but check out how many pages. This is 4,100 pages, 4,155 pages. This is like the Bible times a million. This is all the Bible, all the Harry Potter books, all your textbooks in every grade in every school of your entire life. You know what I mean? Like those textbooks are like 300 pages long, 200 pages long. This is 4,100 pages long. This is ridiculous. Who's got time to read this? No one's got time to read this. That's why. And so that being said, it takes me to my second point, is that there is no transparency in any of this. And so I can't trust that the politicians have your best interest or my best interest at heart. And what happens is that, this is the second observation, is that these politicians are making tons of money by passing bills that special interests are paying them to pass. They're sneaking in, like all of this is, they're sneaking in money to have their special interest partners, so where they make a lot more money, and they're just going to pay them a couple $1 million here, $1 million there to do that. I think it's totally corrupt. I think it's totally disgusting what they're doing. They're using this bill, like the government, they're using COVID, they're using the Ukrainian war, and ultimately people's lives as an excuse, as a guise to pass bills that they shouldn't be passing. I mean, if you just do a quick search right here, if I control F and I say elephant, the Asian Elephant Conservation Act of why are we talking about Asian elephants in here? You know what I'm saying? Like, I like the elephants myself, but I don't know what else is in here. I'm sure there are people out there who've made videos on what's in this thing. I might not myself might need to do a little research, but this is too much. This is ridiculous for someone to read and comprehend 4,100 pages of nonsense. Like, I don't like it. It's not a time to be spending excessively, which leads me to my third point, is that there's a lack of transparency in institutions. And we've seen that in FTX, Celsius, BlockFi, and 3 Arrows. These guys mishandled money, mismanaged funds, and now a lot of people are paying the price for it. So I just don't trust centralized institutions anymore. The government, the centralized exchanges, and this leads me to my third observation, the media. And this is to the corruption or the decline of cultural morality. This segment's gonna get me in trouble by some of you guys, and maybe not, I don't know, but I don't care. I feel like this is all interconnected, because the media is controlling the narrative. The media controls the narrative in 3 different ways, in my opinion. The first one, it's normalizing behaviors that are not normal. Like, they're trying to normalize and promote certain virtues that are not. And I'll give you an example, like the drag queens teaching young kids, okay?
You are such an awesome mom for kid out to a family-friendly drag show, ladies and gentlemen.
It's that I think that there are certain things that are age appropriate for children, and I don't think drag queens teaching about sexuality is one of them. This is the same reason why we have ratings for music, video games, and movies and TV shows. We have ratings for everything else. We should have ratings for education as well. Like, there are some things that are just not appropriate for someone without the fundamentals, like a child without the rationalization, the fundamentals of what sexuality is. They barely know what a pee-pee or a hoo-ha is. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't need to learn drag queens or from drag queens sexuality, and especially I don't think they need to learn it if the parents don't agree to it. I feel like it's the parents' responsibility. If parents are neglecting that responsibility, now that's a different issue. They should not neglect that responsibility and kick that off to the school system or TV shows or movies or whatever. The number one teacher in a child's life should be and always will be the parent. But what I'm seeing here is a narrative by the media that's pushing the virtues like this or something else. And saying this kind of stuff is very political. I understand. I don't want to lose any viewers on this, but this is just, look, you know me, right? I'm a Protestant pastor. I have conservative views, you know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't be a surprise to you, but I don't want to make it like, left or right or any of that. I just think that the media is being very unfair to the virtues that they're pushing. If someone's biased and they're claiming that they're unbiased, it's very hard to take them at face value, right? You always have to understand that there's an agenda being pushed. And so you could see this with how they treat people. There's two types of ways they treat people. They either caricaturize them, they misrepresent them, and they vilify them, or they protect them. And so there are some people that I think are misrepresented, like Jordan Peterson, for example. Like, he's a clinical psychologist, a professor, someone who believes in, men should act like men, and they should have like a self-responsibility to take care of other people around them. I think that's someone who's a little bit misinterpreted by the media. And the second one are the truckers, the convoys in Canada. People were calling them like insurrectionists and people who are trying to riot and overtake Canada, and they had to freeze their bank accounts. And these guys are just an average Joe driving a truck, trying to stand for what they believe in, and they're being vilified. I think that really struck a weird chord in me when that stuff was going down, mainly because the Canadian government was like freezing their assets and freezing the assets of people who were donating to them. I really didn't like that. And then on the other hand, if they're vilifying someone, then they're also protecting people that I don't think they should be protecting. They should be exposed. Like, number one is, you and I both know him, SBF, Sam Bankman-Fried, scam, bankrupt, and fraud. He is the guy who, the white knight of crypto, saving people, everyone. He's like this boy genius and this boy wonder, and then he also at the same time claims like he had no idea, he's a deer in the headlights. You can't be the boy genius and the doofus at the same time. Like, it doesn't make sense. And the second person that really bothered me was Hunter Biden. All that stuff about his laptop and all those disgusting pictures and videos of him, and not just that, like, there have been videos that I've been watching where his dealings with China, and then the stuff in the Congo, and then the new Green Deal or whatever, all this like political and environmental stuff all kind of entangling together. I really don't like it. That's really the stuff that like strikes a weird chord in me. My red flags go up and I just don't like what's happening here. Okay, all that being said, we broke up with the ex-girlfriend, right? It's all over. We're going on to the new hot model 2023. I don't know if you're crazy yet, right? We don't know. You look great. We want to date you. We want to see what's up with you. But moving into a new relationship with a new year, what are some lessons? What are the plans to take away? Number one, my YouTube account. I intend on raising the quality of my videos and dropping the quantity of my videos. I won't be focusing on the quantity. I'll be focusing on the quality, like the B-roll shots and the amount of research that I do and the time it takes. Like that's really where I'm moving into YouTube. I want to establish connections with great YouTubers and great projects. I want to get into mining as well, which brings me to my second point is what I'm going to be doing with crypto. I will be doing mining. I'll be looking to buy a miner sometime in the future. So I'll be looking to invest, and that's dollar cost averaging into some of those big projects, Bitcoin mostly. And you could, at the beginning of the video, that's what I said. The third one is I'm going to be building businesses, like IRL, real life businesses. I've already started 3. I started a car cleaning company or an auto detailing company. I started a house cleaning company, and I joined an MLM. Okay. I don't know. I'm just trying to see if I could increase my source of revenue. If you're interested in any of this stuff, maybe I'll kick this up on my other YouTube channels or whatever. I also intend to work even harder at my job. If you didn't know, I'm a pastor, but I'm also a director of operations for a nonprofit network of nonprofits. And there's about like 9 of them, and I love the network and I love the people I work with. So I intend to like level it up to the next level. I'm trying to work even harder. What I will not be doing is I will not be taking a break. I will not be slowing down. I'll be pushing myself in all aspects of my life, with my family, my friends, my spirituality, my education, my knowledge, my work ethic. All of it will be pushed. I just need to really channel and find out which ways are gonna hit and pop off, so that in 2024, maybe when the bull run kicks back up, we'll be in a better place. But I wanna know what you will be doing. What are your thoughts on 2022? And moving into 2023, what are your plans? Maybe there's some ideas that you got from me, and maybe I could grab some ideas from you, and we could kind of like continue this conversation. If you'd like to continue this conversation, head to the Discord channel. That's the Saloon, and it's totally free to join. We're always talking about stuff in there. There's a great community in there, and I love being a part of it. If you like this video, hit subscribe, give me a like button, and I'll see you in the next one. And I just really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching this video and many others, staying till the end, supporting me all year, and Happy New Year, and I'll see you in 2023.